hurricanes, and how these natural events could result in higher checks for Social Security in 2024. And yes, this would include retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA beneficiaries, which encompasses about 70 million beneficiaries. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know in this video, I'm going to be talking about two separate topics that would seem like they have absolutely zero correlation. However, these two topics are correlated and it could result in significantly higher checks for about 70 million beneficiaries, those individuals that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, in 2024. That's what I want to talk about here in the video and describe why this is happening and how this could result in higher checks for you each and every month. Which, by the way, the two topics I'm talking about are hurricanes and Social Security checks, and like I said, all the beneficiaries I mentioned earlier. Let's get into it and talk about it because this is weird, but it is actually related. Let's get into it. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. There's that big old button. Make sure to hit that if you have not done so yet. I'm here for you right by your side every single day to help you out in any way that I possibly can by keeping you updated and, of course, watching everything hitting the wire. A lot of things are changing right now, and it's a very busy time of year. Between now and the end of the year and the handful of months next year are going to be very, very busy. A lot of things are changing dramatically. So again, please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about hurricanes and Social Security checks. But wait, this doesn't seem to make any sense. I know, like I said, sounds super weird, but let me describe how this actually is correlated and as a result of hurricanes this year in 2023 and how it could increase your checks next year, 2024. Again, it seems like it has absolutely no correlation. I get it, but let me explain the details about this. So, as we stand right here, right now, we have not received the announcement out of Social Security for the annual cost of living adjustment yet, okay? The COLA. We have not gotten that announcement yet as I record this video. However, we're getting into, I should say, the hurricane season, okay? Now, how did this correlate? Let me explain the details about this. So remember, the details of the COLA, as in how the COLA is calculated, is based on the CPIW, Consumer Price Index for Urban Wage Earners and Clerical Workers. In other words, the inflation report, okay? So each month we get the inflation report out. There's a lot of different metrics within it, and one of them is the CPIW, okay? This is what they look like, or look at, for the 3 months in the year, July, August, and September, to determine what the inflation rate is. They compare it over the year after, or the year previous, and then they run it through the formula, and that determines what the COLA will be for the following year. However, let me explain now how this translates into the hurricane season, hurricanes, and a higher check for you next year in 2024. So here's what's happening. The predictions are coming out right now suggesting this year, 2023, there's a 60% chance that we're going to have a higher than average hurricane season in the Atlantic. Okay, explain more. Here we go. Here's what happens. When tropical storms and hurricanes roll through, it dramatically disrupts the distribution and production of gasoline and oil. Okay, well, what happens then? When that happens, gasoline and oil prices spike. In other words, higher prices at the pump, right? In fact, have you been watching gas prices lately? The last couple weeks here, the last month or so, gas prices have gone up significantly, okay? We've seen a huge, huge spike in gas prices. Now, let me break this down further. What happens is that a huge percentage of the CPIW and the inflation report is based on gas prices, energy prices, gasoline, things like this. So, if we continue to see a higher than active hurricane season or tropical storm season in the Atlantic, and this disrupt oil production, gasoline production, distribution of these products, and it spikes gas prices at the pump for all of us, guess what that means? It means that inflation has gone up. It means that the inflation report is actually going to come in hotter than expected, therefore pushing these numbers up and driving the COLA higher as well. Interesting. Would you ever would have guessed that that would be a thing? Right. It is a real thing, okay? This is a real thing, and this could actually happen. Now, we've already been seeing gas prices spiking, like I said, over the last few weeks or the last month or so. We've already been seeing this happening, okay? And again, which is why a few months ago, they were projecting a COLA at 2.7%. Now, we are well over 3% is where the projections are coming in right now as far as what the COLA will be. Now, if we continue to see this happening over the following, whatever, month and a half or so, until we get the official COLA raise announcement out of Social Security, this could be very important stuff to see right here, and it all based on, the activity of these products. Now, again, if the hurricane season is, less and there's not as much activity, which, let's be real for a second, do we really want these storms to come rolling in? Probably not really, right? Do we really want it to disrupt all this oil and gas production and spike prices at the pump? Probably not really, right? But ultimately, if it translates into a higher COLA, then again, it's not really going to be, the best thing in the world either, because yes, you might be getting more money, but at the end of the day, if you're buying any of these products like this, it's, ultimately going to result in higher prices. One more thing I want to point out really quickly as well. Remember, oil is used for way more things than just gasoline production, right? It's used in a ton of different things, a lot of plastics and stuff like that, a lot of products, like tons and tons of products out there use oil. Well, guess what's going to happen to those product prices as well? They're also going to have to move higher as well if oil prices continue to move up. So at the end of the day, this drives inflation higher. The CPIE, the CPIW, the Consumer Price Index, the inflation report continues to move up. And as a result of that, it translates into a higher COLA. So, you know what I mean? Super weird correlation. But at the end of the day, it is a thing, okay? It is a real thing and is something they are talking about right now. I've seen this popping up a few times recently and thought, oh, this is actually pretty interesting. You know what I mean? We never would have thought that this would really be a thing. But it really is, and this is the reality we're going through right now. And like I said, a 60% chance of a higher than active or higher than normally active hurricane season this year. So, that's pretty important stuff to know about as well. Now, again, these are just predictions, but at the end of the day, they're professionals. This is what they watch and this is what they do. So they probably have a pretty good idea of what's going on. So anyway, thought this was very interesting. Want to bring it to your attention right here. There's not that much more time until we do get that official announcement out of Social Security on how much the COLA will be for 2024. But there is still time, okay? We are still collecting data points between now and then. And those couple data points that we're waiting for here are going to be very, very important to determine how much that COLA is actually going to be, directly related to more money in your pocket every single month, right? Anyway, hope this one helps you. But again, I want to keep you posted with what's going on out there. A lot of things are changing, even weird stuff like this. Hurricanes and Social Security. Who would have thought, right? So anyway, this is interesting, but I'm here for you in any way that it can be. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media. Go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. I truly want to help you out as much as I can. I'm here for you every single day. If you don't believe me, go back and look at my track record every single day for almost 4 years. Videos helping you out, updates every single day. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, seriously, I read so many different things every single day. A lot of the stuff that I read about that I think, wow, that is surprising, I don't even talk about in videos because sometimes it's just way too weird to even talk about. And I try to find the best information that suits those of you here in the community living on a fixed income or low income, things like that. So anyway, hope that helps. Again, subscribe down below, share the video, and go back and check out the other videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one, and catch you again later.